Yeah, Harmon didn't send me any Phoenix 2. And why would they? Phoenix 2 is out. If you made your way to this video, you definitely know about it. And if you made your way here, you probably looked at a couple sample images. And if you're anything like me, you might not have been too impressed. And truthfully, I wasn't super thrilled by a lot of the sample images that I saw. So, I figured I'd have to do my own research. I came around to Phoenix 1 after a while, and maybe I could do the same here. So, with a few test rolls getting stuck in the mail, I finally got it, and even though I missed a handful of trips that I was planning on taking Phoenix 2 on, I took him out to a local park to run a couple test rolls. The original Phoenix was a film that definitely grew on me. When I first shot it, I wasn't really impressed. The latitude was rough, contrast was excessive, and the results were far too inconsistent. Then I started overexposing it, and it became a really fun film to mess around with. I personally shot Phoenix 1 at 160 and had great results. So in that spirit, I went out in bright, contrasty midday light in a film that already struggles with bright, contrasty midday light and started shooting these test rolls. I never claimed to be smart. What I was smart about was side-by-siding Phoenix 2 and Phoenix 1, which I had a roll sitting in the fridge, using the two backs I have for my Hasselblad 500cm. And most of the test shots I got on these rolls were fine. Really, they tell me a lot of what I need to know, and not much else. The first three shots were a series of exposure tests, being at 125, 160, and 200 ISO respectively, with a side-by-side comparison to Phoenix 1, which I shot moments after. I ended up sticking with shooting this at 160, as that's what I did with Phoenix 1, and from what I saw, Phoenix 2 behaved pretty similarly with that extra third of a stop over exposure. All these sample photos will be available on my website, unsolicitednickpics.art. Go ahead and take a look without all the YouTube compression. Overall, I'm pretty surprised. The grain seems to be decreased, and the colors are not perfect still, but definitely an improvement, especially in these harsh lighting conditions. The hell is that? It's like a huge growth on that tree. That's crazy. Like this skinny little tree. Huh. A quick low-light test in a neighboring campsite shows that things hold up pretty well, though they do go significantly cooler. I'd be much more confident in other color negative films that have a far wider dynamic range to nail a shot like this. But given that Phoenix's narrow dynamic range, it's not surprising that this shot didn't come out. Now, if we were to cut the roll off here, I'd be pretty disappointed. But there was still plenty of shots left. And at golden hour, went out for a ride and got some great photos of some classic Pennsylvania scenery, nearby cornfield in golden hour light, and these shots blew me away. Despite all my preconceived notions, I am really happy with these. And while the Phoenix one-shots also came out great, the two were the ones that really stood out to me when you really pixel peep. With the exception of this one, where I accidentally popped the dark slide out while swapping backs. It happens. Luckily, I still have the Phoenix one-shot, and it looks great. The last frame in the roll was unceremoniously finished up at the beer store, where I was trying to test to see how it would handle in another low light test. And again, Phoenix 2 definitely came out above here. The neon signs especially look much better on Phoenix 2. The comp, on the other hand, is not great. All in all, I am really happy. I consider some of the golden hour shots portfolio worthy. While the rest of them are great test images, I was really excited to get back out with the 35mm roll I had. So, with a renewed sense of confidence in the film, I set out with a new to me Pentax ZX5N with the HD 50 on it that I raved about previously. Check out that video. And yes, this is the setup that I touted in that video as being a great budget option. I do put my money where my mouth is. This autofocus body with a great piece of glass in front of it was sure to get some great results and do the grainy Phoenix some serious favors. Over the next few days, I kept the ZX5N on me and went around snapping shots around town. Now, I'm someone who likes warmth in my photos. I love turning that slider up. But something that really caught me off guard is how cool the film goes in the shadows. And I mean, the box is blue, it makes sense. But what really surprised me is how much I liked it. It adds a really interesting look and something that you don't really see a lot in the film photography space. I feel like a lot of us are chasing bright, warm images, soft pastels, whereas Phoenix 2 is almost industrial, cold, and gritty. And a really cool look that I think a lot of people can do great things with. I would have loved to have shot more neon signs and gas stations at night, but unfortunately here in central PA, those are few and far between. I finished off the roll in Chocolatetown, Hershey, PA, snapping a few shots of the roller coaster at the park, and then just around town. I did have one error with the camera, where the autofocus kept hunting and I missed what would have been a great shot of a couple sitting at the bar, looking in each other's eyes while they held their drinks. It would have been great, trust me. But the best photos are always the ones you never took, I suppose. I've said it a ton in this video, but finishing up this roll of 35, I am really surprised. I did not have a lot of faith in Phoenix 2. From what I saw, results looked worse than what we could have gotten on Phoenix 1. However, I'm curious if what we saw in reviews was a different type of film, an earlier iteration or some review sample, because what I got ordered from B&H was a great film that I am happy to get more of. I can definitely say that Phoenix 2 is an improvement. Maybe not a huge one, but an improvement nonetheless. The folks at Harmon have done an awesome job reviving their color film and giving us something that is not only unique, but genuinely usable. So, that being said, go out and shoot a roll, see what results you get. Support what Harmon's doing because it's pretty awesome. And till next time.